Okay guys, this is a short piece about my very modest Action Jackson or Johnny Jackson collection. Little bit of background to this guy. Anybody that's chosen to watch this film will surely know the story, but basically MEGO, before they kind of got into the licensing thing of doing superheroes, characters from TV shows and feature films, wanted to kind of give Hasbro a run for their money with their G.I. Joe character. They wanted to come up with a character of their own, and they came up with Action Jackson. Unfortunately, Action Jackson was popular, but clearly not the hit that they were hoping, and they very swiftly took on board the idea of licensing characters and using the various bodies and moulds and bits of equipment that they created for Action Jackson plus new stuff to create superheroes, and then obviously Planet of the Apes, Star Trek, and as they say, the rest is history. But nonetheless, Action Jackson is a very collectible line. I've got, as I say, as you can see here, I've got 3 carded outfits, 3 boxed figures, a couple of loose figures, and the UK version of the character Johnny Jackson. Now, I actually had, again, this isn't the one I had, but I actually had Johnny Jackson as a kid. Being a guy that had grown up, or a kid that had grown up, very keen on Action Man, Major Matt Mason, Mark Strong, or Big Jim as people in America know him as. The minute I saw this little guy in a shop, I thought, oh, I need one of those. And my lovely old nan bought me one, and I enjoyed many hours of fun with him and some of the accessories. Very, very similar to the American Action Jackson outfits. Well, in fact, the outfits themselves were exactly the same. Let's have a little look at some of the packaging there. That's an Action Jackson accessory, a Johnny Jackson accessory outfit from the back. Here's the doll itself. Now, let's have a little look there. This is a pretty minty one. I've actually never had this out of the pack, because this was bought as part of a complete shipping case of, I think, 12 or perhaps 18 by a pal of mine from a guy that was involved in the toy industry during the 60s and 70s. Now, for many years this was as rare as you like. Still not easy to come by, but these do appear fairly regularly on eBay now, so it's not the lost ark, if you like, that some people would have you believe, but equally it doesn't pop up as regularly as the Action Jacksons. But have a little closer look at some of the American ones. They did him in a variety of hair colours. They did bearded, and they also did a black version as well, which is a very nicely sculpted head. Not one I've got. That's one I'd quite like to pick up at some point, and I'm sure I will. This is the blondie kind of redhead version. The outfits came in a variety of the style's the same, but the fabric's different. This is a kind of a nylon-y, the light blue with an elasticated belt. They all come with dog tags as well, similar to G.I. Joe and Action Man. But the fabric of this one is a more of a heavy cotton, similar to the material they use for this flight suit. This is just a loose one I have. He's actually got dark brown hair, whereas these guys here have got pretty much jet black hair, the bearded guy there. But it's just a nice one I like to have on display loose. This is one of my favourite outfits, so I wanted to get one of those, and I bit the bullet and took it off the card. The card was a bit battered, as most of these are, but I've not paid tons and tons of money for these. But as I've said all along, there's MEGO guys that have got tons more than me, but this, amongst everything else, adds to the collection that I've got that I'm happy with. But they did, this is a nice set. This is the Frogman set. Ski Patrol here, another nice one. But lots of military, sporting, that kind of thing. This is another snow type one, but Johnny Jackson version. Cowboy for Johnny Jackson. They also did a female kind of companion figure, if you like, but also aimed at girls, called Dynamite. And this is a Dynamite. It's loose, not a box one, but it's just a little add-on to my collection. I saw some of these come up on eBay, wanted to grab one. This is quite interesting. I picked it up for almost next to nothing on eBay a couple of years ago. And when I got it, I thought, oh, it's going to be a basic loose Action Jackson. It wasn't, or Johnny Jackson, not a lot of money, it'll suit me fine. But when I got it and spoke to a few pals on the internet who are kind of MEGO collectors, they said that this might be something a little bit special. To be honest, as far as I'm concerned, it's just a nice addition to my collection. I'm not interested in monetary values, and because nobody has 100% confirmed what it is, it might be worth not a great deal anyway. But this is likely to be a European release of Action Jackson or Johnny Jackson, because the jumpsuit's very different, and it actually has the Planet of the Apes style astronaut belt as opposed to the elastic thing. The fabric of the costume is gone different colours, but it's not gone different colours all over, just like the arm has gone a funny colour and the other arm, but the body is still the same. It's a weird one, but it's just a nice little piece in the collection. I'm not saying it's an incredible rarity, but it's interesting for me. But just overall, I have a final little pass along there. But again, it was another part of my childhood that I wanted to reclaim, and then obviously getting the American version and the original English style was a big thrill for me. And as always, if there's any big time Action Jackson fans out there that can put a little bit of film together, their collections, please do, because I'd love to see it. But it's just a matter of wanting to try and share stuff with people, get chatting with people who are interested in similar things, and just sharing stuff really. My MEGO collection is small in terms of mint and boxed items, but it's large in terms of lots of figures without the packaging, but just nice to display. So again, always just nice to share stuff. I hope a few people that are into this kind of thing have a look, enjoy it, or if it brings back memories for people that remember having these guys as kids, then it's all the better. So thanks again for watching, people. Thank you.